Okay, I think we are here as members of parliament, mainly all of us from the Pastoral Parliamentary Group Caucus, and we are here with only one agenda, and the agenda is ravaging drought in northern Kenya and more so in 23 counties across the country, some in eastern, some in coast, but we are here members of parliament representing the region called Northern Kenya. And on the 10th of September this year, the president declared drought as a national disaster. The National Treasury allocated substantial resources to help the people of Northern Kenya in 4 key areas: provision of food, provision of water in terms of water tracking, maintenance of borehole. Then there was a component of livestock offtake program where before the animals die, the Kenya Meat Commission was to do a mass mobilization of livestock and buy from the pastoralists before they die. Then there was a provision of food to the people. And finally, there was a provision of animal feeds to the pastoralists before the animals which became very weak because there's no water, there's no pasture. And these were given to 4 key ministries. The Ministry for Gender under CS Kobia, where the component of food falls. Ministry of Defense, where now KMC is under DOD. Ministry of Water for the water tracking and other water components. And the Ministry of Livestock in terms of the livestock insurance component. As leaders, we feel that the huge allocation done by government and the progress of the intervention on the ground are not in tandem, that it's not moving as fast as it's supposed to be. So we are urging government that the situation is dire, the rains have failed, the forecast is not very good from the weatherman, that going forward the same counties will face depressed rainfall. So we are asking government to upscale to try to save the serious humanitarian crisis going on in the northern part of Kenya. And as leaders, we have agreed to meet the respective cabinet secretaries for a meeting either Monday or Tuesday, as being organized by some of our colleagues, so that we discuss more. But this is an appeal not only to the government of Kenya, this is an appeal to the international community, the UN, our partners, the US, UK, European Union, who are already doing substantial work in terms of intervention. So we are saying, with the leadership, we are unique because our region and that part of the country is facing a serious humanitarian crisis as we speak. So I'll ask the chairman to add one or two.
Thank you so much.
I've said the government declared drought a national disaster, and that must have been informed by the situation of drought actually on the ground. That's the first thing, because for government to have declaring drought a national disaster means certain usual things have been waived, including procurement rules, including the usual government bureaucracies. So that declaration of drought as a national disaster was meant to achieve 2 things: to elicit support from the donor community and also to put resources together by the government in order to deal with this unique situation of drought. Right now, I think, as my colleagues have said, the drought situation on the ground is so dire, it's so bad, it's so ravaging. People are suffering. The livestock population actually is seriously affected. So what we are asking is this. We do know the government has allocated a number of, huge amount of resources through different agencies to address that particular issue in the affected areas. We are appealing to those agencies to fast track this and ensure that if there is the issue of water, if the issue of food supply if there is issue of water tracking, if the issue of livestock offtake, there are particular ministries that are concerned with this. We are asking them to urgently move to the ground, because right now, what we have on the ground is not resonating well with what has been allocated. And I think that's the bit that we are concerned. Equally, we have also agreed that we will have a meeting with all concerned agencies, that is the Ministry of Devolution, Ministry of Treasury, Water, Ministry of Defense, that is for KMC, and then Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock, and other concerned agencies. But as we do that, because from the weathermen, I used to be an skeptic of the prediction by weathermen, but these days they are so precise with their prediction. The prediction is we are likely not to have the long rains. That is the reality. So meaning we must be prepared for two crises. The crisis that we have right now and the effect of not having long rains. So these two things combined is, I think, what has informed the government to declare this a national disaster. We still want to appeal to the concerned agencies. Na hivi ndio tunasema, kama Mheshimiwa Rais ametangaza ukame kama changwa ya kitaifa na pesa imepeanwa, nafikiri wale maidara ambayo wanahusika wanawajibika kuhudumia wale watu wetu. Na hivi ndio tunauliza, kama mmepatiwa pesa, tafadhalini tunaambia muende kwa pale watu wako na mali yao wako, ili wananchi wasaidike, kwa sababu hiyo ndio ilikuwa lengo ya hiyo. Kwa hivyo nasema asanteni, na hakika wiki ujao tukikutana na hawa pia tutapata njia ambayo will firm up what has already been put in place. Thank you so much. Asanteni.
Na tumekutana kwa sababu kuna shida kubwa sana katika sehemu yetu ambayo tunawakilisha. Kama vile patron amesema, yale pesa ambayo ilitolewa na treasury kwa idara mbalimbali ni kama hayaonekani vizuri on the ground. Huko chini mambo si vile tulikuwa wamesema pesa imetoka. I think ni kama kuna bureaucracy. It is too slow. And yet tunaona kwamba drought inaendelea kuwa mbaya. Kawaida mwezi huu ya 11 na mwezi wa 10 tunakuanga na mvua. Hakuna mvua imenyesha tangu, na tunakuona kama kuanzia Oktoba 15 mpaka December, hizo sehemu hiyo yote ya Northern Kenya huwa ina mvua wakati huo. Sasa tunaona hakuna mvua, na tunaona pia ile assessment na status ya mvua inaonekana, kulingana na wataalamu, mvua itakuwa mpaka pengine long rains ambayo itakuja mwezi ya 4. Kwa hivyo tuna shida sana. Tuna shida ya wanyama kufa, zimekufa nyingi katika sehemu hiyo. Pia tuna malnutrition ya watoto na elderly people. Tuna pia shortages ya maji, hakuna maji, bowls are dry. Na pia ng'ombe inahitaji hiyo lishe ambayo inatakiwa kuwa nayo. Katika sehemu hiyo yote watu they trek for almost 50 kilometers, 20 kilometers to 50 kilometers kutafuta maji. Hata akina mama, hata watoto. Shule zinaweza fungwa sasa wakati wote. Pia wakati watu wako na kama mwanadamu ana chakula ya kutosha, magonjwa mengine naingia pia. Kama mfano cholera itakuwa hali ya juu. Kwa hivyo kwa sababu ya immunity zinaenda chini kama una chakula ya kutosha. Kwa hivyo tunaomba serikali ya Kenya tujaribu njia iwezekanavyo haraka kuhakikisha kwamba chakula inafika huko. Tulikuwa tumeambiwa kwamba hakuna haja ya relief food, tufanye cash transfer. But hiyo registration imechukua muda mrefu sana. Hakuna watu wamekuwa registered kwa hiyo mambo ya cash transfer. It will take another 3-4 months kuregister watu wetu. Huko hakuna banks. So kwa hivyo on the interim, hata kama policy ya serikali imesema kwamba tufanye cash transfer badala ya relief food, on the interim, until all our people are registered, let us supply food to the people. Let us supply hay, pellets. Na pia offtake ifanyike haraka, ndio to save at least mfugaji apata pesa kidogo kuweka kwa mfuko, apate kununua chakula, because drought will end up letting our people to flocking in the market centers. Na hiyo itakuwa imemaliza assets. Watu wanaweza kuuza assets kama hatuwezi angalia, wanaweza kuuza hata plots na pastoralists wana plots gani? Ni mahali tu ya community land ndio iko wako nayo. Kwa hivyo wanaumia sana. Kwa hivyo tunahitaji serikali ifanye mpango, na tunaomba pia ministries ambayo inahusika tukutane na hawa, tuje kwa mkutano tuweze kuongea, ndio tuwaambie hawa yale ambayo wako iko chini huko katika sehemu zetu ya